Good morning and welcome to Fortune Cookies. I apologize for being missing this whole week. Had some crazy stuff going on with my day job, and we've got some fun stuff planned for you tonight. I will be live at 7 o'clock East Coast time with Alicia Wicker for our Dueling Tarot happy hour, fun, good time. So hope to see you all there. But for today, this Kanye, Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian drama is off the hook. So we're going to do some looking into that. And let me just adjust my camera here. It was a little off there. So if this is your first time here, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if there are readings you would like to see. There's also a link in the description for private readings. I have a lot of time open this weekend, so private readings among us. If you're outside of my time zone, you can always order a video reading and I will send it to you. Just have to give me a couple of questions. So with that, so what is going on with the Kim and Kanye thing? So she filed for divorce a year ago, just to get you all up to speed. Filed for divorce a year ago, and Kanye was recently dating another woman. I guess that's over. And Kim is allegedly dating Pete Davidson. In one of my earlier readings, I did see that it was kind of not really an organic relationship, that it's just kind of a thing. They may or may not be, hanging on to each other, but it just didn't feel like it was super, super legit or super, super substantial. So what I want to do, and there's this whole question of whether Kanye is going completely sideways, if he is going off the deep end. We all know he is a little bit volatile, little unusual in his art and behavior. So, we all saw that starting with the Taylor Swift thing. I think it was starting with the Taylor Swift thing. But, I think the best artists are a little wacky, a little off center. Kanye, I don't get his genius. Let's just put it that way. I just don't get it. I respect it. Like, not all art is appealing to me. So, he may be a genius. It's okay. If it's putting asses in the seats, that's totally fine. There's a market for it. So, those of you that follow me know that I am a fiction writer, and my fiction is not for everyone as well. So, not that I'm a well-known fiction writer. I'm just a fiction writer, but nonetheless. So, let's start with Kim. So we'll start with her and what her disposition is right now. We're going to do Celtic Cross for her because that really gives us like a good snapshot, even though I've got the big cards today. I'm totally loving this cartoon deck, by the way, everybody. I featured it, I think, on one of the 31 Days of Tarot, which I finally got everything uploaded. The gods of YouTube finally allowed me to post everything. They were all stuck in like loading. So let's see what's going on with Kim with our crazy little cartoon deck. It's like my new favorite deck. So, I don't read this deck in reverse, but sometimes I feel that the cards are in reverse. So I feel the subtlety of the meaning of the card. So in the center we have our Emperor, which is position of power, making decisions, making clear-cut decisions. But we're crossed or bound by the Hangman in reverse. The Hangman is always about being able to see things from another perspective, understanding things from the point of view of another person. Not happening here. A lot of self-centered actions that are taking place. She's not looking for a pathway to conscious uncoupling or being better apart or anything like that. She's in survival mode, and she's in a very, very selfish mode. So we'll do a little bit more and see if that is the result of some behavior or if that is the actual baseline disposition for her. So let's see. Is that baseline or is that learned? Baseline or learned from the experience. Baseline. No, that's pretty much what she's like. Yeah, that's pretty much what she's like. She's just going to, and you know, this is an evolution of her. This isn't, she wasn't born this way, but this is like an evolution from the fame and from the whole career thing. You know, she really is very, very specific about the things that she wants to do for herself. I don't know if maybe she was different minded at some point in the marriage, but certainly now she is not. Recent past, she's all about reestablishing herself. But right now, she is in like a cocoon state. She's trying to shut down and do like a restart. You know how she's had various incarnations, very similar to the way Madonna has managed her career with different incarnations of herself. So she's trying to get to that. He's interfering with it, with all this drama. She's just trying to turn the temperature down and create a new image, a new career path. Like not a different career path, but a new variety, a new, like if she were a Barbie doll, this would be like a new Barbie that would come out. That's what she's trying to do. Her rooted intentions, her shadow self, she really wants to just make her home life very nice and plush, affluence. She definitely wants that luxury, and she's utilizing that luxury to protect the kids right now from all the drama. I don't think she's doing a great job, though. I think there's a lot of bleed over. I do think that there is a lot of posturing by him, and I think that's part of the reason why he was banned from that birthday party, because it was just, he's just too demonstrative of how upset he is. So she's really trying to make this very solid mommy cocoon. Up in her head, this again has to do with the recreation, I'll just bring it down a little bit for you all. So this is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is, you know, honing your craft, getting maximizing the skills that you've learned, you know, putting them to use, getting your ducks in a row. For a celebrity, this is a lot of PR, you know, crafting that image and getting you know, a solid image out there, or making that change. Unfortunately, you know, she had a plan and he's disrupting it. So let's take a look at her intentions. We're going to look at her intentions. I think the intentions with the children, and I just had a fallout card. The intention with the, sorry, I'm on my bouncy ball chair. The intention with the kids is a pure, you know, mom, I want the kids to be happy. I want them to enjoy life as celebrity, I don't want to say uber brats, but uber brats. Uber offspring. You know, she really wants them to have a nice life. So she's looking forward to the legacy. She is trying to create a fantastic legacy into the future. But what are her intentions? I just pulled that star card because it jumped out. So is her intention, is she doing this for good or for bad? Happy squirrel. Selfish. Looking forward to the future with her Two of Wands. Wants to be seen as the emotional Queen of Cups and wants to win. So this whole split with him, she wants to come out smelling like a rose. She wants to look like she did all the right things and that he did not do all the right things. So that's very interesting. Heart of the matter. Let's do heart of the matter. Heart of the matter is the Tower. She wants to disrupt everything that's going on. Under the surface is Wheel of Fortune. I do think she's really trying to manipulate the information that's out there. So let's go over to Kanye. Now let's see what's going on with him. I think that, and you know what? I'm going to look it up real quick. I think that chick that he was dating was just kind of nonsense. What was her name? There, Julia Fox. I think that was fake. So, I think he was just trying to be like, well, I'm dating someone too. It's so stupid. It's like middle school. So his perspective on the divorce, and we'll do Celtic Cross again. All this shuffling. Ooh, he knows he's losing. Now that's interesting. And I'm going to do some of these upside down. Oh boy. Okay. So what's interesting is Kim had the Emperor in the primary position. And so that put her in a position of, power and influence. He's got the Six of Wands in reverse. Like I said before, I wasn't going to do these in reverse, but I'm going to do them in reverse because these ones jumped out at me. So the Six of Wands in reverse, that's a place, sixes are stability. So when it's upright, that is victory and coming out smelling like a rose, that sort of thing. When it's in reverse, it is not being victorious, but there's a bit of shadiness that's involved in this, a bit of a cheat, which we also see sometimes with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords, when we are upright, is reviewing the wins or losses after a battle, seeing if the battle was worth it, if you fought a noble fight, if you fought fairly, that sort of thing. So these are both upside down. It says that he's playing dirty pool a little bit. There's some dirty pool going on here. The Justice card is in reverse. That tells me, or the Justice card is in the past. That tells me that he was trying to be fair-minded, and he was trying to come to an even playing field. So I think his intention initially was to be very reasonable and to just kind of, do the split and do what they had to do, or try and win her back. I know there was some effort to try and win her back for Valentine's Day. There was apparently a black truck filled with roses that was sent over. Kind of weird, but or whatever. I would like a truck filled with roses. That's me. I don't think Kim Kardashian is a truck filled with roses kind of gal. The Page of Pentacles in reverse is not being able to restart, not being able to find the foundations. It's akin to trying to get up a sand dune, and the sand dune is slipping and falling apart under you, and it's just we got a little fuzzy here. The sand dune is just slipping and sliding all over the place, and not cooperating. Can't find purchase. Can't get your feet on the ground. You can't get that solid ground under you to move forward. And the Magician is about creating the illusions and having the tools to do so. But the Magician is also very fickle. All of that power and all of the utilities that the Magician has can make him very fickle, and he will jump from one thing to the next. I think we're going to see him jump from one tactic to another, one tactic to another. So the whole Julia Fox thing, let's take a look at that. Was the Julia Fox thing a ruse? A ruse. It was an attempt to regain control and seem happy and that he was moving on. It was an attempt to do that. The Sun card is not only about being happy, but it's also about things revealed. You know, here I am. I'm having a great time. I'm sorry I have to file my nail because I just scratched myself. I'm having a great time. I'm not worried about Kim. I'm not worried about the breakup. We're moving on with our lives. But it wasn't working. It was not working. No one was buying that. So let's take a look at Julia Fox real quick and just see what her whole scope was in this. I didn't even know who she was. Like, So, Knight of Wands, having ideas, moving forward, acting upon them. It was not a great judgment for her, not a great career move. She thought, she thought it was going to put her on the map a little bit more. It did put her on the map, but yeah. And then again, I don't know. I never heard of her before the Kanye thing, so it did give her a little bit more visibility, but I don't think it was the visibility that she wants. And I think she's backed out of the situation. I think she's really said, this is not what I want to do. So Pete Davidson. I don't know if I like him or I don't like him. Comment down below. What's your feeling on Pete Davidson? If you know him, like, what's your whole, what do you think? Wow, a lot of reverses. As I say, I am not going to do reverses, and like every card is in reverse. All right, so Pete has some changes coming up. And the Page of Swords is usually about electronic media, electronic communications. So there may be a cessation of this Twitter fight that they're doing. What is a Twitter battle? There may be a cessation of it. I think it really is a little bit disturbing to him, and he feels like, this is like a high school thing. At first, I think he was like, "Meh, we're going to have some fun with this." Also, I guess he did something on Saturday Night Live. I have never really watched Saturday Night Live. In the heyday when it was awesome, I wasn't allowed to. My parents wouldn't let me. You know, when it was great. And then, you know, when I was old enough to watch it on my own, I was like, it's not that great. So I think he realizes that, you know, this media battle that he's getting into with him is not really cool. I still, this Two of Cups makes me think that, you know, the relationship with Kim is just not really a relationship at all. It's just kind of a thing. Like, there's really no groundwork to it. Like, I just don't think that they're really together. I don't know. I just don't think that they're really together. I think he still has a lot of things to work out from the other public relationship he was in with Ariana Grande. I think he still carries a little bit of a torch for her. Like, that still stings a bit. Especially, I think she got married or she got engaged or something. I think that still bothers him a bit. And it's almost like they were like, well, let's get together so we can kind of repair our reputations together. It's an unusual coupling, and this could be really neat. There's a lot that's hidden there. And I wonder, with that moon card up at the top, if he is one of those comedians that really harbors a great deal of depression and it is really hiding a lot more of it than we think. So I know he's been vocal about some of his issues, but you know, I wonder if there's a bit more going on under the surface than we're aware of. There's and this whole drama, the Twitter drama and the public, you know, back and forth. I think it's affecting his stability, not like in a super bad way, but you know, one of the things, like when you're an empath, if you hang out in a room full of, you know, nutty people, you start to really get infused with that. And it's not a good environment. You know, I've been there. I've hung out with some sketchy people. There was one incident when I was in San Francisco, and I was with some of my friends when I was living out in California. And this whole crew of, like, not my friends came in, and they were all into all kinds of shady, weird stuff. And there was one guy who literally looked like a triangle. He was built like a triangle. And, like, it was all I could do to get away from him. And it took me a couple of days to, like, shake that off. Like, I had to go down to the ocean. I had to jump in the ocean. Didn't realize it at the time, like, how affected I was. But this dude was Shady McShadester. So I don't know what kind of dangerous, creepy, not good for other humans stuff he was into, but you know, he's definitely a shady dude, and he was built like a triangle. I'm telling you, he looked like a triangle. So triangle dude. So I think Pete is having, like, a similar experience to that. I think he's really, and it's not that he's in the same room as Kanye, but being in the same realms, if you will, is affecting him. And he's trying to regain some control over that. He's cognizant of it, which is great, that, you know, this craziness is affecting him. So what is he going to do? Let's do, like, a past, present, future. It's a very, is it worth it kind of thing. Like, is it worth my mental health? Yeah, he doesn't want to deal with this. He doesn't like the way that he behaved. He has some regrets about the engagement on social media and in the public eye. He's got some regrets about it. And he's like, ugh. But his concern is that, you know, he lit the fire, or stoked the fire, I should say, and now he can't get out of it. So he's going to try and reground himself and do a restart. Is he going to back out of the view? Is he going to back out of the view for a bit? It's weird. So Ace of Cups in reverse tells us that he's not going to put his best emotions forward. He's not going to put his best intentions forward on this. I think he knows that he shouldn't be doing it, but this Knight of Swords is somebody who is speaking their truth and putting their truth out there. So if I didn't have the Ace of Cups in reverse, I'd say, okay, this is good. He's going to right his ship and he's going to put some messaging out there that's a bit more fair-minded. This Ace of Cups makes me concerned. And this really is, I'm gonna tell it like it is, but also I'm not going to think about it before I say it. I'm just going to put my messaging out there. So that will be interesting. And this is not learning from the past. This is not using the lessons that you learned from other actions. So he might, I think he's still going to say something. Is he trying to defend Kim or defend himself? This is ego for him. Heart of the matter. I think it's ego. Oh, heart of the matter. Sorry. Under the surface. Yeah, it's ego. He doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to be seen as like a loser. He doesn't want Kanye to get the last word. He doesn't want Kanye to make him look bad. Oh, God. What a mess. What a mess. So let's do this. We're going to do lessons for Kim, which she should do. She needs to understand that this is going to be disruptive to her career, no matter what she does. Right now, she's going through a phase where things are going to be complicated. She's not going to be able to move forward unless she starts to see things from someone else's perspective. So she's going to be in this state of conflict. She has to be the better person. She's got to clean up her language. She has to think more high-mindedly about her family and express her messaging with logic versus emotion. She's got to pull the emotion out of everything. And again, here's our logic. And, being truthful, not sugarcoating anything, not leading anybody on. It seems like the way she tries to temper the situation with Kanye, it leans into him. What winds up happening is he thinks, okay, well, I'm back in. We're going to get back together. And there's too much water under the bridge. They can't get back together now. So she tries to sugarcoat everything, and he winds up thinking that they're going to be back together. And that's why he's getting into this cyclical craziness. So she's got to be very careful about that. More emotion, not using that emotion, not using what she has. She's got to be more direct with him and steer him in the right direction. She's got to be more cognizant of how she is speaking to him, more cognizant of how she is interacting with him, even with the children. There can't be this illusion that like they might get back together. So she's got to stop. And I'm not saying that she's doing it on purpose. I think that's just her nature. Like she's trying to be nice and she's trying to make sure that things are nice for everyone in the family. So that's the messaging, what she needs to do. Now let's see what Kanye needs to do. I'm going to admit I bought my kid Yeezys. He asked for them. I bought them. They're pretty cool. I don't know if they're worth, $300, but there's like $350, but it was his birthday. He wanted them. They're not as ugly as I thought they were. Woo! What does Kanye need to know? What are his lessons? Let's see. Trying to keep things positive. Find another pathway through that spirituality. All right, so immediately I'm getting the Sunday service that he does. I think that's something that he needs to lean into. That is where his cup can overflow, and he will get away from this negativity. He's got to put the messaging forth as a healing energy. That's where he's going to be happy. That's where it's going to, this is crazy, but like, he really is a great spiritual leader. Again, some of our craziest artists and people in the world were great spiritual leaders. So there's something about being a little bit unhinged that, and I'm speaking from experience, that brings you a little bit closer to spirituality and to God and to universe and spirit and everything that, is out there, whatever you refer to it as. So there's something about being a little bit unhinged. It takes those filters off, those logical filters that prevent you from going, well, what if, what is beyond the veil? What is something that, what are the messages that I can get from the universe? And I have to say, this full moon cycle, I have had, and some of you, any of you that are empaths or sensitives, sound off in the comments. I have been so on fire. Just intuitively, I was watching the news last night and I was hearing the words before they were coming. Like I was just hearing random words before the newscaster said them. There's just been a lot of things that I've been tuned into, and it, I roll with it. I'm like, hey, this is great. But there was an opening in the veil over the last week or so. And I do think that, if you're a little bit weird and you're open to it, you'll be able to experience that, get the messages, and not be freaked out. I think that Kanye is one of them. I think the opening in the curtain is there for him. And I think he's very, very happy doing that. Now, I'm not saying he's like a cult leader or anything like that. I think, there definitely is, he's very happy when he is doing that. And I think, I do think it's a cool idea. I do think it's a pretty cool idea. Every now and then, like when we see celebrities that are, super spiritual and like going to church, I'm like, oh, that's weird. You just don't think of them as like going to church. But, this is some people may think that this is weird because it's Sunday service. But it's, it really is where he's happiest doing that. So let's keep going with this. He's having trouble moving forward with it because he's not finding the light. He's actually denying the light. He's being blinded by the terrestrial stuff that's going on. So he needs to back out of the terrestrial stuff, and he needs to find that light again. That's where he's going to do it. And that's going to be a good platform for him. I'm just saying it. I predicted Meghan Markle should go back to the twig. I almost said the twig. The TIG. This is what Kanye should do. He should lean right into this. Work one day a week, Kanye. Work on Sunday. That's all you got to do, man. You'd be the Joel Osteen of the future. Not really, but I don't know. about Joel Osteen. Do a reading on that maybe later. So let's see what Pete Davidson needs to do. Let's get some messages for Petey Pete. Let's see what he needs to do. And tell me what you think about this deck. I'm loving this deck. This is like my new favorite deck. Oh, he's not happy right now. Sorry, Pete. He is just not happy right now. Sad Squirrel, this is special card in this deck. We got Sad Squirrel and Happy Squirrel. And he just doesn't feel like he has it all. He doesn't feel like, you know, he's doing what he needs to do. He needs to back out of the situation, reassess, get his bearings, let the cards fall where they may. Pardon the pun. You know, he just needs to, look back and figure out where exactly he wants to be. This is not where he wants to be. He's going to look at other perspectives. And the Page of Swords a lot of the time is social media, internet messaging. He's going to change that messaging. He's definitely going to. He's going to be more careful about it. And he's going to right that wrong. He feels badly, I think, about, having a Twitter fight with someone who's in... Sorry, need a little water. Someone who's not in their best place. He feels badly about it. It's almost like they were sitting in a living room with a bunch of people having a great time and eating hors d'oeuvres and having drinks with umbrellas in it and whatnot. Not necessarily alcoholic. They were sitting around like kind of crafting like, oh, what are we going to do next? What are we going to say next? How are we going to respond to this? And it's like Kanye's in a dark room, like wringing his hands, just furious. So he feels badly about that. I get the sense that Pete is a bit of an empath as well. I do think that he's got some of his messaging that comes in is intuitive, and I think I think he feels it more emotionally. Like that, like he's like an emotional empath. Like he walks in a room and he gets bombarded with the emotions of the others that are there. And I think he really shuts that down, and he's victimized by it almost. He just doesn't really recognize it. So Pete, tap into your empath abilities and don't let them take over. It's a good thing. Being an empath is a good thing. And intuition is awesome, and it will help you in anything. So yeah, he's going to right the wrong of this battle and reestablish himself like as a decent guy. So good for him. Good for him that he's doing that. All right. So I think that's it. It was 40 minutes. I know you guys missed me this week. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know the Kim and Kanye thing. I don't get a lot of viewership on this. So I'm hoping this one will get a little bit more viewership. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Please like, share, and subscribe. And again, it's Friday the 18th. Alicia Wicker and I will be on live at 7 o'clock East Coast time. So hope to see you all there. You can find a reminder on her YouTube channel. And I promise I will do more readings this weekend. So I will see you all soon in the comments. Have a great day.